This is a very special day for the city of Gary to have this opportunity. Gary is a historic city, and it's truly a unique opportunity for us to be here. Almost 70 years ago, on April 22nd, 1959, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was here to accept the key to the city from then Mayor George Chacheras. Today, as mayor, I'm excited to welcome his daughter, Dr. Bernice King, to our city. She is a global thought leader, a peace advocate, and the CEO of the Martin Luther King Jr. Center for Nonviolence, Social Change, the King Center, which was founded by her mother and is a legacy to her late father.
And nonviolence is first transformative for the self, so for all those who ever told you, or if you believe that it doesn't work, if it doesn't work, it means that you didn't allow it to work on you first. As you change, you begin to become infectious. I think that's what happened in the movement that my father led and why he was effective in very challenging and difficult times. He immersed himself in nonviolence, not just something that he picked up as a tactic to be utilized in various campaigns and demonstrations, but for him it was a way of life, starting with the way you think, and then it goes out into the way you speak, act, and engage. And so that's the work that we are doing at the King Center. It's very hard work and heart work, which means it takes much longer for people to get it. But I'm committed to carrying forth that part of his legacy.
Did you know the City of Gary has a 311 app? You can report any non-emergency request right from your smartphone. Need help dealing with unfair landlords? Use the app.
Girl, I just don't understand. I'm paying rent, and my landlord isn't fixing any of the issues in this apartment. What should I do?
You know you can report it on the Gary 311 app. Do you have it?
What's that?
Let me show you. Just go to your app store.
Or maybe you need to request the birth certificate.
Yeah, I can't find my birth certificate.
Oh, it probably just got misplaced during the move. Actually, we can request a new one through the Gary 311 app.
Okay. New technology. I'm in.
Let me show you.
And guess what? You can even report illegal dumping.
Look at him! Just dumping his garbage on private property.
Well, caught him in 4K. You know we can report him on the Gary 311 app and to GPD's Taste and Tip?
That's good.
Never feel frustrated again about an issue. Use the Gary 311 app to report all your non-emergency needs. It's a free application that allows users to report community issues, pinpoint the location with GPS, attach photos, and more. All right from your smartphone. Download the Gary 311 app today. Available on iOS and Android.
Get ready for a big adventure. Touch a Truck is coming soon. This interactive event lets kids and kids at heart get up close and personal with the trucks, equipment, and vehicles that keep our community moving. Bring the whole family and get ready to climb aboard.
Then join us as we honor freedom and culture at our Juneteenth celebration, happening June 21st at the Westside Theater Guild. Come out for a day of music, remembrance, and community pride.
This is our infant classroom, and you just can't go by without looking at the
We're here to talk about something that truly shapes the future of our city, and that's early childhood education.
All the curriculum is active and excite children about problem solving and learning.
Today, what we were able to witness is the greatness of Gary and the greatness of Head Start coming together.
We know that the success of our children directly influences the success of our city.
In order to create big projects and deliver for Northwest Indiana, we have to have and must have an educational workforce to be able to fill those jobs.
We're laying a foundation for stronger families, a stronger economy, and a stronger Gary, Indiana for generations to come. This isn't just about education. It's about building a stronger community. When we invest in our children, we invest in our community.
Those students who have that early investment or intervention have a greater outcomes to be successful.
Let's celebrate America's birthday, the Gary way. Our 4th of July parade rolls out July 3rd at 5 p.m., bringing excitement, community spirit, and plenty of red, white, and blue to the streets. And don't rush off. After the parade, head over to the Railcat Stadium for fireworks at 6:30 p.m.
Then, gear up for a new school year at our Back to School Fest, hosted by First Lady Crystal Melton and the City of Gary. Join us August 2nd at the Gary Railcat Stadium from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Get ready for free haircuts, free immunizations, free uniform vouchers, and exciting giveaways, from backpacks and sneakers to gift cards and more. Plus, enjoy food, fun activities, music by DJ All Out, and free transportation provided by GPTC. Don't miss this incredible day of preparation and celebration as we send our students back to school in style.
We just learned from the City of Gary that they activated their emergency response.
Like right now, the trees is the biggest issue. General Services is out moving those trees in the streets. A lot of trees are fell on homes and cars. So it's kind of like a recovery effort right now.
So what we do know is that citizens in this neighborhood have identified and verbally articulated that they see a tornado that did touch ground in Gary. Multiple homes and businesses sustained wind damage and flooding, as well as numerous trees and limbs down throughout the entire city. Our general service team, we've been working very closely with our utility company, with NIPSCO. We do know that NIPSCO sustained over 13,000 power outages throughout Northwest Indiana.
We're able to do a primary and secondary search on all of the residents and all of the houses in this neighborhood. Everyone is accounted for. We have found no other victims. There are no reports of anybody missing.
And thank God there were no fatalities that we know of at this point. I want to thank the Indiana Department of Transportation. I want to thank the Lake County Commissioner, Lake County Council, from the county, the Red Cross again, the Gary Sanitary District. The Gary Chicago International Airport has provided additional resources and trucks, payloaders to help clean up the debris throughout the entire city. So I want to thank all of our partners and corporate partners. And a special shout out to the Mayor of Hobart, who has also extended his team in Public Works Department to help us eliminate the trees. Be patient with us as we try to address the trees as we clear our main streets and thoroughfares. If you see a power line down, assume that it is live. Assume that it's live. So we want to encourage you all to stay away from down power lines. And also, we want to encourage everyone to seek shelter.
Excuse me, can you turn on your mic?
The City of Gary Department of Public Parks Board of Commissioners regular board meeting for the date of Tuesday, May 13th, 2025 at 10 a.m. is now in session. Pursuant to Indiana Code 5-14-1.5D, The Board of Commissioners of the Gary Park Department hereby certifies that it did hold an executive session and that no subject of the executive session was discussed other than those subjects that were specified through public notice. Roll call.
Commissioner Harrell,
Present.
Commissioner Patterson,
Present.
President Gardner.
Present. We do have a quorum and will continue. We will now have our Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I would address your attention to the minutes dated this can't be correct. I would address your attention to the minutes that are before me that are dated for March 25th, 2025, and March 25th, 2025. Are there any questions? Then I will entertain a motion that we would approve the minutes as presented.
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Harrell,
Yes.
Commissioner Patterson,
Yes.
President Gardner.
Yes. Minutes are approved. I would address your attention to the claims listing for the dates April 11th through May the 9th. Are there any questions from board members?
None here.
No.
I do have one about item 13 on a reimbursement. Can someone fill us in on that? Number 13 on your list of from
Can you give us an overview? I'm sorry.
Is that one for?
Yeah.
Or is that one?
That would be for myself for the.
Yeah, that was for the.
Can you stand to the mic, please? Thank you. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, that was for the reimbursement you did when you made the purchases for the covers, and I believe you purchased something else. And I sent the claims over, and they reimbursed you for it because it came out of your pocket.
Yes, sir. Okay, thank you. So Marquette Pavilion was having a large event, and they did not order enough of chair covers. So I ordered chair covers to make up the difference from my credit card.
All right, thank you. Okay. Any other questions from board members?
I did have a question. I noticed we beefed up our security and we have 3 actual claims for security. Can we expand on what those are for?
Of course. So the increase in our security is due to the increase in our rentals at our park pavilions. So it's for a great reason.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Then I'll entertain a motion that we would approve the claims listings for the dates of April 11th through May 9th as presented.
Motion to approve is stated.
Second.
Roll call?
Commissioner Harrell?
Yes.
Commissioner Patterson?
Yes.
President Garner?
Yes, motion is carried. I now address your attention to the payroll. Are there any questions on payroll?
Just an observation. I know very little overtime, but in the past we'd had an addendum page that just kind of explained what that overtime was for. It's missing in this package.
I can provide that via email to the board, and in the near future, we will provide that information along with your board packages.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions? Then I'll entertain a motion that we would approve payroll as presented.
Motion to approve is stated.
Second.
Roll call?
Commissioner Harrell?
Yes.
Commissioner Patterson?
Yes.
President Garner?
Yes, motion is carried. Do we have any legal business today?
We have no legal contracts today.
Okay. Administrative reports. We'll begin with aquatics.
Good morning. Unfortunately, our aquatics director is off ill, but I can assure you that the lifeguards have been in training for the past month of May, and they are ready to start on the beach for the opening.
Madam Superintendent, have we addressed the lifeguard stations, or do you want to do that later? I mean, we had some that needed repair, or maybe even some thought of replacing them. So we haven't talked in a little while. Do you want to cover that in your report, or?
Yes, that'll be fine.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hudson-Campbell? Hudson-Campbell?
Okay, Hudson-Campbell, that would be myself as well. So we are posting the Hudson-Campbell job on the City of Gary website. So if anyone is interested, you can apply on the City of Gary website and just attach your resume, please.
Marquette Park.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I have an April and May report up until May 12th. We've had 3 events in April. We have 6 events scheduled for May. Our revenue in April was a total of $11,635.91 for April. For May, we had a total as of May the 9th of $4,325.40. We are on a trial basis with what's called Zola.com. It is a new way of advertising and getting new leads for events. So far, and we started on May 1st and it goes up until July 1st, we've received 2 referrals so far, and I've responded back to those couples. And it is $7.99 if you go as you go per referral if we decide to continue after July 1st. And I attended the Shoreline Committee Planning Meeting on 4/10, and I attended MCC Shoreline Committee Beach Public Safety Community Meeting on 5/8. I was there representing parks. And also, for your information, if you do not know, parking in Marquette Park will use Park Mobile app. It is $3 per hour and $20 for up to $12. And the changes were approved by City Council on April 2nd. And the spring maintenance is in progress and on schedule. Any questions?
Any questions from board members?
Can you repeat what you said about Park Mobile, how it's going to be charged?
From the knowledge I have, it's $3 per hour, and it's on your app. You get the app and you download it. And then if you're there for up to 12 hours or a whole day, it is $20. And that's in the process. Madam Director can give you more direction on that.
No, that's fine.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Thank you.
Thank you.
Youth Services?
No report today, sir.
Where are we, or do we know yet, on summer jobs for Gary young people and college students?
Okay. Unfortunately, this year, the city will not be hosting the summer jobs, but what the city is doing is asking that the youth apply for different venues throughout the cities. We do have a list of different businesses that are hiring for the summer, and we will post that on our website for parks.
Do we have any idea how soon that'll be coming out?
Our IT department said the end of this week, all jobs should be posted. If anyone have any questions, they can call the Parks Department as well, and we'll be able to direct them to different entities that are hiring throughout the city.
That takes us to our direct, oh, go right ahead. Park maintenance.
Good morning. So there's been a little bit of a change. The maintenance department, the outside park maintenance department, has been moved to Public Works, and we are under the guidance, or they are under the guidance of the Deputy Director of General Services. I was there the last 3 weeks, and I will say that along with the General Services lawn care team and our team, we were able to get every park cut. All the debris, sticks, trash, all of it was removed. The program that Ms. Matee was talking about is the Work Big project, and I believe it's through Goodwill, and there's a bunch of adults that have jobs for the summertime with this program, and they just helped us out an awful lot. I mean, you can't replace bodies when you are trying to get the parks ready and that kind of stuff. So as of the end of this coming week right here, all the parks will have been cut twice already. So you should see a noticeable difference just because of the amount of manpower that is going into cutting the parks and maintaining the parks.
A little over 2 months ago, we talked about 2 piles of debris at Roosevelt Park, and they were to be removed. They're still there.
I will have to call General Services for that and get that taken care of.
Any other questions from board members?
No.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Director's report.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, board. And board, I cannot reiterate how grateful I am to have you, to be working with the Parks Department to make this entity a success. So I do appreciate you taking out time of your busy schedules to come and do business with us. Thank you, Parks team, for the efforts that you do Monday through Friday with the Parks Department. The beach opening will be Monday, the 26th of May. We do have a schedule for cleaning of the beach, which the in-house park maintenance team will go out on tomorrow and remove debris throughout the beach area. We also have our Think Big team. Mr. Markel Watkins and the Think Big team will go out and do a thorough cleaning as well this weekend at our beachfront. So that would cover the lakefront on Lake Street, as well as Marquette Park and Marquette Park Pavilion. We also have our Park Mobile that will be kicking off as well on the opening day of the beach, and we will, again, as Dolly stated, the parking is just $3 an hour, and then we have the $12 for 8 hours, and then we also have an annual pass for $100. So if anyone is interested in that, we have a Park Mobile app, and everything will be paid through the app. If you're there trying to park, then you're able to call a 1-800 number for assistance if something does not work out with the app at that time. We will also install all of the Park Mobile signage this weekend, so it will give you more of a detailed directions on how and what to do when you're using the app. Our jewel parks, they are as well. They have started the grass cutting season. We started 2 weeks ago, so the parks are open and they are available to the public. We also have our park pavilions that are newly renovated, and we have experienced extensive amount of renting with the pavilion. So I am happy to say that the parks is generating money from the park pavilions. So if you're interested in renting one of the City of Gary Park pavilions, please contact our Parks Department. And let's see. And once again, our beach will be open on Monday, Memorial Day. So please come out and utilize our beautiful lakefront. Thank you.
Questions for our director?
Perhaps one question regarding Lake Street. Are we selling passes for jet ski launches this year? And if so,
Okay, so the jet ski would be the $50 parking and launching as well. And that's a part of our Park Mobile entity.
thank you.
Alan, I did attend the Beach Ready meeting earlier in the month, and they have procured both equipment and an individual to remove the sand to make launching possible.
Fantastic.
Okay, all right.
That's great news.
Thank you.
Public comment.
Mary Ann Best.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
I have a couple of quick questions and then my comments, if that's okay. I was wondering how many lifeguards were certified and will be on the shore this summer?
Okay. I don't have that number before me, but I can get it for you today.
That's okay. I was just wondering. You said May 26th, Monday, the beach opens, so it's not going to be open the whole holiday weekend, Saturday and Sunday?
Yes, excuse me. So it will open starting Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and of course for Monday.
Okay, I
which
heard
is
that wrong.
Memorial
Sorry.
Day.
And then the other one was the annual pass. We announced at the MCC meeting last night that the annual pass for residents was $75. And did I hear you say it was $100?
No, I did not.
So is it $75 for residents? Okay, great.
And $100 for non-residents.
Okay. I think we said 150 or something. Okay. Thank you for clearing that up. So I'm Mary Ann Best. I'm with Blue Flow Great Lakes. I've come before you a couple months ago. I wanted to let you know, continue to let you know that I am a member of the board of Great Lakes Water Safety Consortium, and that you guys have a local representative from the Great Lakes here to lean on for information that you may need. I have suggested in the past that you all, along with any of the employees that have to do with the beaches, allow me to come in and give you a presentation. This way you all can also have all the most current and accurate information on our beachfront and on the Great Lakes in general. So it eliminates some of the misconceptions about the lake itself and its hazards and its dangers. I do know with State Bill 253, it is required to do public education, and I have offered to assist with that as well. So if there's a way that I can be involved in getting that information out, the main thing we want to do is make sure that it is accurate and that all the information and all the hazards and safety tips are announced to the general public to help keep them safe. One of the things that we've been doing is presentations. So we did do a presentation with the Beach Patrol. We also just yesterday did a CPR class for the Beach Patrol, so that was awesome. We had an Indiana shoreline meeting, which brought together all the response teams from Indiana that have to do with the lakefront. So that included the lifeguards, the Coast Guard, the Porter and Lake County, and then all the different communities along it. So thank you for all the different agencies from Gary that showed up. We had a great showing. It was the first of probably an annual event that will take place. It was great networking so that everybody could meet each other. And it was a brand new person from the Coast Guard, so that was really important. He's eager to get together with different communities and do training, so that is an opportunity for Gary to work directly with the Coast Guard. We are also very, very fortunate to have our Lake County Sheriff Department. A Coast Guard call is going to take anywhere from 2 to 3 hours for a Coast Guard to get here. And so because we have such an excellent Lake County Sheriff response team, the Coast Guard probably will very seldom need to be called for us. Also, I always like to bring up to you that the American Red Cross open water certification does not certify lifeguards to be in surf conditions, and that is through the United States Lifeguarding Association. And so I keep bringing this up because I would love to see Gary go USLA and provide additional training and become that kind of agency that is related to surf conditions, which of course our lake is surf conditions. So any way that I can assist you all, please call on me. And then the last thing that we're going to be doing is doing open water coaching for the fire department and any of the beach patrol that's interested. We want to increase our water rescue swimming capabilities instead of just dive team recovery. So our goal is to save them and not recover them. So thank you so much.
Carol Smith.
Good morning. Okay, I'm representing the Shoreline Committee and Friends of Marquette Park as usual. The Senate Bill 253 for the water safety stations. We bring this to your attention every meeting. Where do we stand on getting those up to code? Can anyone answer that?
Okay, good morning, Carol. So Don is back assisting with that project. So he and the maintenance team will be going out to Marquette to assess, to see exactly what is needed, and then we can share his findings with you.
Do you know where the equipment is
Yes.
being stored?
Yes, the equipment is stored at 860 Lake Street.
Okay. The fire department has offered to help, just so you know, at our public safety meeting, since there was no one there from maintenance, park maintenance, or you, we were disappointed. We were disappointed, and a lot of questions could not be answered. So I reached out to Public Works because apparently they're the ones that schedule workers. I would like to know how you would like us to proceed in the future when we have a concern or something is not being done that needs to be done, like leveling we've brought this up every month too, along with some of the board members, the leveling of the beach easements.
Okay, so we do have a plan for the sand removal as well as the leveling up of the entryway to the beach. We're working with General Services Director as well as in-house park maintenance.
Okay.
So just because you don't see it, please know that we are implementing the sand removal.
Okay. I'm just concerned because we would appreciate we feel we're here for you, we want to support you, but the line of communication is fuzzy right now. So maybe with all the changes, it will be good, and then we can get back on track and know who, because we don't want to irritate anyone, but we want to know who we can communicate with.
Okay, well, we do, of course, we, as well as myself, appreciate all the items that your entity bring to the city of Gary Lakefront, and the meeting that we had with you and the mayor and myself. I thought that was a great meeting, but anytime you have anything that you would like to discuss with myself, I will share my cell number with you.
I appreciate it.
And you can call me.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay.
Bob Day's Asphalt.
I'm Bob Day with Day's Asphalt. I'm here because 7 months ago, I bid 9 jobs for you guys for paving basketball courts and tennis courts, 9 different locations. And like I say, it was 7 months ago, and no one seems to know what's going on with the bids. I'm just curious to know what happened. Mr. Davis probably is not the... I would suggest that you make that inquiry directly to our director. But that's all I can tell you at the moment.
Hi,
Okay.
Mr. Day, if you like, you could leave after the meeting. We can talk over to the side, please.
Okay, that's fine.
Thank you.
All right.
Irene Smith King.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. I'm here representing the Northern Indiana chapter of the Lynx. We're taking part in a regional initiative to place benches in local communities across the country. We would like to place a bench near the playground at Marquette Park if possible. The Lynx Incorporated is an international non-for-profit corporation established in 1946. It is one of the nation's oldest and largest volunteer service organizations, committed to enriching, sustaining, and ensuring the culture and economic survival of African Americans and other people in the African ancestry. The Positivity Bench purpose is to promote kindness. The world has changed due to COVID and social media. There's evidence of bullying on sites which may cause some to feel depressed, anxious, or nervous, which often leads to isolation. The bench will also serve as a symbol of inclusion. We wish to honor the memory of our member who we lost a couple of months ago, Lynx Charlotte Wright. She was a longtime educator and administrator in the city of Gary. The organization would like to purchase the bench, cover the installation costs for the bench, and we are requesting permission to place the bench in Marquette Park, and we are working with Carol Smith to coordinate the type of bench that we would like to install. We installed a bench in 2022, July, at Wicker Park, and I have pictures of those benches that I would like to present to you. So I would request that we have permission to place the bench at Marquette Park, please.
I think that's a wonderful idea and a worthy honor of such a wonderful woman. With that, I'll entertain a motion that we would approve the placing of the memorial bench. I think we have some others at Marquette Park, and that you would coordinate with our director to find out where it'll go and to make sure that the work is proper.
Thank you.
The motion?
Yes, Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion to approve as stated.
Second.
Roll call?
Second.
Commissioner Harrell?
Yes.
Commissioner
Yes.
Patterson?
Yes.
President Garner?
Yes. Motion is carried.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mrs. King. We appreciate this gesture. What I would like to do is meet with you and we can see exactly what the bench looks like, and then we can find out exactly where we can place that bench. But we would like for all the benches throughout the park to be consistent.
Yes.
Yep. Thank you.
Alexis Pops?
Good morning.
I would like to start with saying that I wish that there was something that we can do.
Did you issue any kind of formal complaint or write up the incident?
Yes, I did.
And where did it go to?
I'm not sure as of where it's going to go yet. As of yet, I did write a statement and I did email it to the Parks Director and City Councilwoman.
Then you, okay,
Of the
so
first
it
issue.
has been issued, it has been.
Yes, I have done so.
Emailed to the Parks Director.
Yes, so as
Okay.
of this morning, I am in receipt of your written complaint
Yes.
as well as speaking to you on this past week concerning your complaint. And as I did then assure you that that matter will be taken care of. So again, I apologize for the mishap that you experienced at the Hudson-Campbell.
Yes.
But that is not the way we treat our members, and we will be addressing that.
Absolutely.
So thank you again, Ms. Park.
All right, thank you for your time.
Thank you. And just as a statement to our public, our desire is that our parks be the most welcoming, inviting places that you can imagine. Park ought to be spelled happy place, because that's what they're supposed to be. And we will do our best to make sure that that's what they look like. Thank you.
Roosevelt Schuler?
Good morning. I'm Coach Roosevelt Schuler. I coach the boxing team at the Hudson-Campbell. And I've been over there since 98. And my kids have to like spar or, scrimmage like in football or basketball. So they want to, we go to other gyms for sparring. They don't charge us, I mean, all these years, and now the guys that come to spar our team have to pay. And I'm just saying, because they don't use no equipment or nothing. They just box against our guys. So that helps us get ready for fights or whatever, So I was wondering if you can kind of cut that fee as far as them paying to come in, because they don't touch no equipment. They might use the bathroom, but that's it. But they come there to spar. And all the equipment that they use is my equipment and their own. Also, I wanted to throw a boxing event at the Hudson-Campbell June 28th. I threw 2 events last year in June and in October. And last year I purchased myself a ring finally where we can hold events, you know. So my question is, as far as charging our sparring partners and the event on the 28th of June, if possible.
So thank you, Mr. Schuler, for bringing your 2 issues to the board. What we will do is discuss that, and then I could get back with you with an answer far as the, as I just want to be clear that you're asking for other teams that your team box with to come into the Hudson and Campbell entity for free. Okay, and then you're looking to throw a boxing match June 28th. Okay, and we did discuss the insurance for such an event as well as security. So I'll discuss those with the members and then get back to you with that. And can you elaborate on the boxing match, how you want to pay for that, so the board will understand what you're asking?
Okay, I a nonprofit organization, and you know, we always trying to get funds and or whatever, but as trying to get funds for more equipment, I need, I would say, about close to $6,000 worth of equipment. So to pay for it, I would throw the fights. Now the fight would be sanctioned, insured by USA Boxing, and you know, I'll send in for the sanction and the date as soon as I find out, you know. And as far as paying up front, you know, I try to raise the money, but if not, I could definitely have all the money at the end of the bout.
Have you actually filled out any of the paperwork?
For the sanction?
For the sanctioned event?
No.
Okay.
I haven't made
Here is what we need you to do. All right. Everything that you're telling us, I need in writing.
Okay.
Okay. And then we can have something that the board and the director and our legal department can actually sit down and discuss. And so I want to thank you for coming today. I think it's a wonderful idea, but we need it on paper so that we can discuss it.
Okay.
Thank you.
No problem. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Joe Petrus.
And then we have the previously installed steel benches that have been in the park for years. So we finally gotten to the point where I'm passing the plaque around that will be used at the stone benches, and there's a dozen of them that we can do this to. So that's going to be mounted in the ground, in concrete, right behind the bench, announcing who it's for. And it's going to be consistent in that design, that 6x6 design. In bronze, and we're not going cheap. That's almost $500 for that piece. I mean, it's very special. So we're ready to go with that program, and I'll be taking that family out there, and they get to pick the first bench. You know, it's their choice. They're the first people. The steel bench program, We've gone through a bunch of stuff. I had a vendor all the way in Manteno, Illinois, who had been power cleaning and powder coating for me. But I've also found out that kids stuff can do it for less money, and and it's right at home. So we rehabbed one of the benches and put it by the flagpole at the pavilion. We have another bench that's at kids stuff now, waiting just for me to go over there and approve, how it's going to be powder coated, and it goes back into installation right by the concession stand. So this whole program is now ready to roll. We've got all the particulars. You've been exposed to that before, so we're going to really start promoting it, and hopefully, there's a possibility we could raise $58,000 doing this. So, we're going to push it as hard as we can. So one of the programs that we did last year, and we're continuing this year, is the fencing with the ropes. All right. I'm sure this is the curve on Oak Street at the Hudson Park. We've ran through everything. Part of the original fencing collapsed, and it just fell over. It's laying on the ground, rotted. So we're going to put new posts in. We're going to stand it up, attach it to the post. It should be good for another 10 or 15 years. So that's part of that program as well. So if you have any questions about what I'm trying to get done there for the Friends of Marquette Park, let me know. We've been through this process before, and you've approved taking part in what we're doing. It kind of gives you a little skin in the game and makes us a better team to work with. So if you want to discuss it, you want to vote on it now, it'd be great.
Once again, I do appreciate, as well as the Parks Board and the City of Gary, the different projects that Friends of Marquette spearhead on the lakefront. So we really appreciate all that you do. And just me as the Parks Director, I do ask that the board approve this refund, please.
I will entertain a motion that we would approve the invoice submitted by Friends of Marquette Park in the amount of $624.27 in regard to synthetic rope for decorative beach fencing.
Yes, Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion to approve as you so eloquently stated.
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Harrell?
Yes.
Commissioner Patterson?
Yes.
President Gardner?
Yes. Motion is carried. Looks
Thank you.
good.
You have a question, Allie?
I do have a question, and thanks for the great pictures. The objective, I'm sure, is to stop traffic. Vehicles driving across the dunes, foot traffic.
Right.
How is the objective being inspected? I know you put up the fences. Are we
How is-
seeing, are we seeing less foot traffic and less vehicle traffic across the dunes?
Absolutely. Oh, yes. You know, we started out by doing this low metal fencing. We started at the head of the Shadoo Trail and coming down the path. That worked out well. That stopped people, you know, the ATV people who are basically untrainable. I've tried. You know, they were cutting all the way across part of the dune, you know, like 150 feet, 200 feet long, a path just to get up on top of the hill in Area 5. So the metal fencing stopped that. You know, then we go over into the parking lot area, and people were parking in the parking lot and then just driving up the hill. So that's what we've roped off now. And in fact, I had left a gap between handicap spots, signs. It was the one place that an ATV could go up and do the, and what did they do? They were going up there. So that's getting closed off now as well. So it's protecting that face of the dune and making people access Area 5 from the road, as they should, rather than going up and down the dune and destroying stuff. The next project at the Rain Garden, we have it halfway protected with the short metal fencing, but now we're going to go all the way around it. And, you know, people just storm right through. I was standing there the other day making measurements, you know, with the contractor, and here comes a couple of people, and their car's parked over there, and they couldn't walk around. Well, no, they just go right through, you know, and now it all looks like dead weeds, but actually that whole area has been planted, you know, with very expensive plants, and now we're going to be able to protect that whole thing. And it looks good, too. One other little thing that we're taking on recently, somebody ran around the back of the pavilion and knocked one of the big 500-pound planters off the pedestal, smashed it on the ground. We're saving the parts because we're going to try and repair it, but we also have 3 of those large planters over at Lake Street. So now we're going to grab one of those, bring it over to the pavilion, clean up the mount, and get it back up and functional. So, and hopefully that will happen in the next week or 2. But we already have, I got 3 volunteers to work on that, and I have a volunteer with the equipment to pick it up and bring it over. So we're going to do that too.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Big Joe?
That's me.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Okay. Kamisha Jackson?
Good morning, everyone. Kamisha Jackson, Community Engagement Manager for Calumet Township Trustees Office. I'm here on behalf of Trustee Atkins. She could not be here today, but she sent an email to the board. On Wednesday, May the 21st, we are hosting a symposium at the Marquette Park Pavilion, Securing the Safety Net in Gary and Unincorporated Calumet Township. And what we're doing is we're asking if you would consider reducing the cost of uses of the ballroom. Some of the topics that we'll be discussing is housing accessibility, affordability, and availability in Calumet Township, the challenges and opportunities. Ensuring sustainable local access to nutrition food in Calumet Township, and the future of work in Northwest Indiana. So we'll have panelists come and discuss all of these different topics, and we're trying to find solutions for what we're presenting. And again, we're just asking if you would consider to reduce the cost of the ballroom. We are utilizing the caterer, and we're not asking for a discount for that, but just for the use of the ballroom.
I would say, board, if you are thinking about doing this, we would do that with a contingency that we speak and get it clear with the controller's office of what would need to be done as it relates to the state board, what we would have to do to ensure that that is okay.
Okay, thank you, and we'll get back to you.
Chief Derek Cannon.
Good morning, President, Commissioners, Director, and Judge. Appreciate you entertaining me to speak before you today. Today I've come before you with the petition. As I did some research, there's a park located at 5th Avenue and Broadway. I'm in partnership with Silver Stray Social, and I'm going to ask Kelly Carey to come up with me here. She can give you a brief overlay of what Silver Stray Social is and how they partner with us. And what I'm petitioning is, I've given you a map. On that map, you've seen my bullseye drawing. We're petitioning the park board, to give us an opportunity to establish a microchip reader. This will be for the purposes of dogs and cats and other animals that might have a microchip, where our citizens and visitors can come up to a location and actually scan the pet. And this is really crucial for situations of lost animals, things of that nature. And we can, it'll give information back on where the owners to those animals at, and they can partner with the city and they'll get in contact with the owners themselves. Right where the bullseye is at, this will be on the south side of that park. There's an alleyway there. And so we would envision that people would be able to drive up, not impede traffic, pull over. There will be a microchip reader about the size of an old school parking toll meter that will be installed there. If this is approved today, we will get with your legal, get something from us, having a hold harmless waiver submitted to say that we will return it back to land if we ever move it, and anything like that, and you would not be responsible, or the city would not be responsible for any damages, anything like that. I would like I said, welcome the founder, Kelly, up just to give a little brief description of what Silver Stray is and what they do, and also the microchip reader.
Hello. Oh, God. I'm Kelly. I'm the founder of Silver Stray. We are a local Northwest Indiana nonprofit that provides free access to care to Gary pet families. It includes free spay and neuter, free microchips, free vaccines. We took the program one step further and to also partnered with all sorts of Northwest Indiana organizations that provide assistance with rent, utilities, homelessness, recovery, therapy, et cetera. And we provide also those plugins to the families that we serve as well. We make home visits. We have our drive-through clinics at the Frank O'Bannon government building right across the street, where we serve about 200 families every month. And the scanner would be in that lot across the way. It would be, it's already a really familiar spot to the families that we serve. And so that, I don't know if he came up with it or what, but it's perfect. And now we have the MOU, official MOU with the city, which is amazing because we can support the operations of animal control. And he's been awesome in helping solidify that and to push things forward. And we're here because of him today. And also a big shout out to your new animal control supervisor, Officer Randolph in the back. It's a one organism and it works seamlessly, and it's really it's amazing. We're serving the community and serving a lot of families, and also in terms of the microchip scanner, obviously it's no secret that Gary has one of the highest stray populations, whether it's just from the community or animals are dumped. And so I really wanted to bring the scanner, it would be the first for Northwest Indiana, but it's important to me that it's in Gary, obviously. And so basically, if we could have it approved, it would have, it's very small. We wouldn't need any more than like maybe a 3-by-3-foot space. It would have maybe like a little, like a, I don't know, like a little overhang, like to protect it from the elements. It's essentially inclement weather and theft proof. We're in town. Myself or my volunteers are in town every day. The officers can drive by. The animal control officers can drive by if they're in the area, just to make sure everything's, tip-top shape. And yeah.
Are there any questions from board members?
I just had a quick question, and that was so that we're clear. So now if the pet doesn't have a microchip, then that's considered a stray?
No. So any animal can be considered a stray if it's abandoned by the original owner or if it's born in the community or the wild, as you would say. So that can be considered a stray. This opportunity is giving us an opportunity to identify. So in the case where Kelly said that somebody dumped an animal in Gary, Indiana, there might be an opportunity that that animal at some point in time was microchipped, and then we will now be able to identify where the origins of that animal came from. And that would give us, as the police department animal controller, ability to be able to track those things back in case there is a negligent owner, but at the same time, if there's an animal that has been displaced, ran away or such like that, we'll be able to reunify that animal with the owner quickly.
And so it doesn't have to be a part of the system. We don't want it to come to animal control. If you can reunite it by yourself, like do it, and then it can go back home. It doesn't have to go. You don't have to intake it and then have it sit and wait for placement or whatever. So.
And you're simply asking for the use of this location to put the reader?
That's correct. And it'll be at that bullseye where I printed that.
Okay. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve is stated.
Second.
Reverend, if I could, I would just like to ask the chief, even if we approve this, chief, I want you to know that sometimes this property is not titled in the park department, so we can do the initial approval, but we have to check the address and make sure it is actually our land. Sometimes it's redevelopment or the city of Gary.
Understood.
Roll call.
Commissioner Harrell?
Yes.
Commissioner Patterson?
Yes.
President Garner?
Yes, motion is carried.
Thank you.
I do want to back up for just a moment to the Calumet trustees' request. No amount in a reduction was specified. Or do?
Well, President, I will say in the past, we have done some reductions, like waiving some of the fees. So if that is the request, are you asking that the?
We're not asking that the fee is completely waived, but if we can use the fee for the lower space, that would be awesome also. So I believe that fee is $500.
So I would just ask that if the board is inclined to vote on this, that is the fee that you state. The fee be used as the lower fee that is used.
May I pose a question for clarification? And thank you. So you're asking that you use the lower space at the pavilion, but not a reduced rate?
No, we're asking to use the ballroom.
The ballroom
Of
at
the-
the lower
Correct.
rate?
Correct.
Is there a motion?
Motion to approve is stated.
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Harrell?
Yes.
Commissioner Patterson?
Yes.
President Garner?
Yes. Motion is carried.
I have a Jeffrey Edwards.
Good morning. My name is Jeffrey Edwards, and I am the Executive Director of Gary Community Partnership. We're a 501c3 nonprofit. We've been operating in Gary now officially for the last 6 years. 2016, my kids and I, we started cleaning up 5th and Johnson Street across the street from that across the street from Reese Park. 2 years later, we actually participated in the city's Love Your Block program, and we adopted Reese Park back then and have been working in that park for the past 6 years now. Some of the projects that we've implemented, we installed a playground. So if you can go back until 2019 or 2018, there was a frame in the park, but there was no playground. So we took that frame, of course with your approval, and then we repurposed it and did some DIY benches. So we killed 2 birds with 1 stone. The kids were turning over the garbage cans because there was nowhere to sit in the basketball court. So we created these benches out of that wood that wasn't usable for anything, and we resolved 2 issues. Last year, we worked with the Field Museum, the Nature Conservancy, and Shirley Hines Land Trust. They've been long-term partners with us, but we've been creating a native garden in Reese Park. We also, on an annual basis, we have a cleanup project. So we have a neighborhood revitalization program where we work with youth between the ages of 13 and 18 years old, and we really prepare them for life. There is community service that they do, and in exchange for community service, they earn stipends. They start out with $20, and through consistency and commitment, they get a $5 raise every 4 weeks. So most of the kids in our program, they're at $40. But my point is that we have this long-term program. We've been working with youth in the community, and we're going to be kicking off our 2025 program at the end of this month. We have 5 activities that we're going to do. 1 bench, unfortunately, was destroyed. I mean, that's the reality, but we're going to replace that bench with another one. Working with the Nature Conservancy, they have a grant that they were gifted and they want to work with the city. Reese Park, obviously, since we've been working there, we wanted to remove 2 trees that were diseased. So 2 trees have holes literally in the center of them. They're going to fund that themselves, and they want to plant 5 trees. We have a mulch refresh, rubbery mulch refresh. So again, in the playground area, we purchased blue mulch, and we're refreshing that again this year. And lastly, we're going to do a native garden cleanup. So we clean up that garden area. We want these flowers to grow, but obviously you have to do maintenance on them. So the event is May 31st, starts at 11 a.m. It's going to end officially at 3 p.m. And I wanted to come before you guys, number one, to get your authorization approval, but also to see if the city would be willing to support us. We've been doing this again, and we bear all financial responsibility. So it typically costs us about $1,500. We have some awesome sponsors who support us that enabled us to do this work. This year it's a little bit more, but we're asking if the city has funds. I've heard rumors of funds around. If there are, we would love if we could get some monies allocated towards our projects this year. If not, we're still fine. I mean, we'll still move forward, but again, it would be great if the city would support us and help us with some of these costs.
And thank you, Mr. Edwards. I am familiar with the work that you and your team are doing at Reese Park, and I've also been a part of assisting with that work. So yes, you are doing an almonds job, and we do appreciate you. What I will do is check with our City of Gary Constituent Services Department, because they do have a program with small grants that they're issuing to the different entities that work like you and yours throughout the city. So I'll share this information with Kiana, which is the director, and see what we can do to assist you.
Thank you. I appreciate your time. Any questions before me? Thank you.
Back. So now
Thank you.
And that concludes the speakers that's listed.
Closing comments from our director.
Okay.
Good morning. My name is Richard McClellan. I'm a sergeant with the Gary Police Department. I've been assigned to the Beach Patrol. Just to let you know, we have started, I actually started yesterday out at the beach full time. That'll be my assignment until the season concludes. Do not know when that is. That's a lot of times that's weather related and things like that. We will be moving our personnel on May 19th. That's when we'll be in full force. I'm having some issues with those people. I'd love to talk to you offline about that, Judge Monroe. I guess there's some conflicts. I'm not going to get into budgeting on that number, but some people involved may or may not be able to work depending on their other assignments. So trying to figure out a way around that. But I did want to remind, kind of give myself some kudos from last year. So we heard that there were 0 drownings last year. We were a part of that. The times where the lifeguards were not there, Beach Patrol was out on the scene. There were several people still trying to partake in the water conditions. We were there to assist and stop that. There were 0 shootings on the beach. Like to take credit on that because of our presence. We made sure that there was some kind of presence or a hearing of presence pretty much round the clock, as I also had people on midnights kind of looking around the scene. So that's what we provided last year. We will do our best to continue to provide that service this year. We'll be in and around. If you see me, or Corporal Lily's agreed to help out this year as well. And that's what we're here for.
Thank you. And we did have a good season last year. So
just a couple of housekeeping things on Beach Patrol's end, and we'll get further into it offline. There's been a few years since we've actually striped the beach, so that would help us. We get with traffic, get the beach bike lanes and stuff striped, so we can kind of better. It helps us with enforcement when we have those violations going on. And then signage, I think we kind of talked about the signage, but we'll continue to speak offline as to what needs to be put on that signage and with legal in reference to getting that stuff taken care of. Like I said, to continue to help us further with further enforcement. That's it.
Okay, thank you both. Yes, just a friendly reminder, our beach will open on Friday, May 23rd. That would be our kickoff opening date. And we just ask that the citizens of Gary come out and utilize such one of our beautiful jewels here in the city of Gary. I look forward to hearing and seeing from you, as well as if you see something, say something, because we will have officers throughout the beach area, as well as our park mobile will be enforced. So we do ask that you abide by the paying of the parking fee, which is $3 an hour, or you can purchase the $12 package for the 8 hours. Okay, thank you.
Pastor, it was another young lady that had something to say.
Oh, okay.
Hi, good morning. As we were talking about the beach and the parks, happy to hear. Similarly, wanted to discuss our terms for the beach buds at the concession stand. We had spoken, I know, with you, and we just wanted to make sure we were aligned, as we don't have a current agreement for this summer. And we're hoping to get started to kick off the season next Friday with offerings. So Two quick things that we were hoping to inquire and ask for. Previously, our terms are typically like 1 to 2 years, and that's really difficult for us to be able to manage like long-term success, and especially hiring. Having to rehire every single year is hard without having some consistency to say, hey, we know we're going to be locked in for multiple summers. We'd love to keep you here with us. And this is actually our 7th summer with you all. So we're hoping to like continue to maintain that partnership and provide the fun, safe space that we have for the past 6 summers. With that, we are also trying to inquire the ability to extend our season. So as you all know, we are only open corresponding with Memorial Day, and then typically Labor Day, weather dependent, might be another week or two. We would love to be able to have additional offerings. I think, as we know, the Midwest weather gets a little crazy, and sometimes we can have a beautiful October. So to have some additional time at that location, to have events and offerings for the local community. And we've even discovered an idea to do like the igloos, so folks can come out and have some secluded space. Still, I know that's hard because it's weather dependent since there's no internal structure, but just trying to get some creative ways to allow beachgoers and, quite frankly, city residents other things to do within that space.
Have you submitted this in writing?
We have shared with Mattie the specific asks that we have.
So yes, I am in receipt of exactly what she has stated. Right now, what we need to do is get a contract with your company, and then what we will do is consider the length of time for your contract, because now just in language, I've learned that it's a 2-year contract. So that would be something that the board and legal will discuss, and then we can get back with you. But we'll get that contract typed up between you and the parks, and then have you to come in and sign.
Awesome.
I would also, off record, is do a walkthrough with you at Beach Buds before you open.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions? All right, thank you.
When there's going to be overflow parking at the pavilion and other areas, and people are parking all over the bike lanes, all over the grass, are they going to be charged $3 an hour?
Great question. So Dolly, as well as myself and the park maintenance team, is trying to figure out that there. So we'll get back with you on that question. But however, when there is overage parking, I have asked the team to direct the overage parking over to the parking lot in Area 5. So they will be accounted for.
Any final comments from board members?
I just wanted to thank Beach Patrol for being here and to actually just give us an account of what they'll be doing this summer. I did also want to ask if you could control the speed out at the beach, especially for bikers. And thank you so much for asking for the request for the bike lane. Thank you for also just your patrol of the beach, because it makes a big difference. But if you could get a handle on the speed out by the beach, sometimes it gets really crazy. And just for the protection and the safety of everyone, that's something I would just like to request as well. Thank you.
The season is upon us. It is the season for parks, and we are making a sincere effort to provide throughout our city places where people can gather with their families to enjoy themselves and the outdoors. We have some parking lots and basketball courts that will be redone with asphalt in the near future. We got some replacement basketball backboards and poles that are going up. We want to try and do some tennis things and pickleball stuff. So out at Marquette Park, we now have a Frisbee course. Is that what they call it? Disc, same thing, okay. We now have a disc golf. You can play disc golf out at Marquette in the summertime. So we're working. We're thankful for our community partners to help us. We want to invite our community, a larger part of our community, to become a community partner. More hands make light work. And we want to make Gary Parks happy places. And we need you to continue to do that. With that, I will entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
Meeting is adjourned.
Did you know the City of Gary has a 311 app? You can report any non-emergency request right from your smartphone. Need help dealing with unfair landlords? Use the app.
Girl, I just don't understand. I'm paying rent, and my landlord isn't fixing any of the issues in this apartment. What should I do?
You know you can report it on the Gary 311 app. Do you have it?
What's that?
Let me show you. Just go to your app store.
Or maybe you need to